Hello students, good evening. Standard 8, Term 1, Unit 2. Jim Corbett, a hunter turned naturalist. Supplementary reader. Edward James Corbett was a British Indian hunter, tracker, naturalist, and author who hunted a number of man eating tigers and leopards in India. He was born on July 25th, 1875, in Uttarakhand. He made the movies Man Eater of Kumain, India, Kingdom of the Tiger. His parents were Mary Jane Corbett and Christopher William Corbett. Jim believed that hunting animals was against the laws of human. He was fond of hunting but later turned into a naturalist. One day, the three military officers accompanied him and fired at a batch of waterfowl and killed 300 of the tigers. When he saw such merciless shooting just for the sake of pleasure, he was shaken up, and this incident made a change and turned into a naturalist. Okay, students, take your English book and turn Unit 2 Supplementary Reader Jim Corbett, a hunter turned naturalist. First paragraph C. Edward James Corbett, popularly known as Jim Corbett, was a British and wildlife photographer, hunter, tracker, naturalist, and writer. He has hunted a number of man eating tigers and leopards in India. He had a lot of experience with tigers and other wild animals to shoot with his cine film camera. Corbett always preferred to hunt alone and on foot. He often hunted with Robin, his dog. Though he was an expert hunter, he admired wildlife. He did not like to kill wild animals for pleasure or sport. But he did not hesitate to kill man eating tigers or leopards. He hunted these animals only to help people and only at the request of the government. He took no joy from the kill. He often said that not against the law of nature but against the laws of human. The first paragraph explains about Jim Corbett. His name was Edward James Corbett. He was a British wildlife photographer, tracker, naturalist, and a writer. He hunted many man eating tigers and leopards. He had a lot of experience with the tigers and other wild animals because he shoot with his cine film camera. He always preferred to hunt alone on foot. His companion was Robin, his dog. He was very expert in hunting. He admired wildlife, but he did not like to kill wild animals for pleasure or game. But he did not hesitate to kill man eating tigers. He hunted and killed the animals only to help people and the request of the government. He did not get any enjoyment from the killing. And he often said that he hunted the animals not against the law of nature but against the laws of human. Second paragraph, according to his theory, a tiger starts eating humans when they grow old or get hurt. As they cannot run fast, they start killing humans. People cannot run as fast as animals, so they become easy prey. After eating human flesh once, a tiger will not eat any other flesh. These tigers are called man eaters. See, the last paragraph we learned about man eaters. Man eater is a animal which only eat the human's flesh. So Corbett killed and hunted the tigers and wild animals to protect the people from the man-eaters, wild animals. Third paragraph, his first man-eating tiger hunt, the Champavat tiger. It was a Bengal tigress responsible for nearly 436 deaths in Nepal and the Kumaon area of India. Her attacks have been listed in the Guinness Book of World Records as the highest number of fatalities from a tiger. She was shot in 1907 by Jim Corbett. So, first in this paragraph explains the first killing of Jim Corbett. First, he shot the Champavat tiger. It was a Bengal tigress, and it killed 436 persons in Nepal and the Kumaon area of India. So, her attack have been listed in the Guinness Book of World Records also. So, to protect the people, Corbett killed it in 1907. Here, fatality means death by accident. Okay, students, turn the next page. First paragraph. The tigress began her attacks in a Rupal village in western Nepal, Himalayas. Hunters were sent to kill the tiger, but she managed to escape from them. The Nepalese army, after failing to capture or kill the tiger, drove her across the border into India. There she continued her killings in the Kumaon district. All her kills happened during the daylight. After several incidents, people stopped going into the forest to collect firewood, fruits, roots, and other things. They were terrified to go out and refused to leave their huts for work. After hearing her roar from the forest, the British government requested Jim Corbett to help the villagers. He agreed to hunt down the man eater. The Champavat tigress continued her attacks in a Rupal village in western Nepal, Himalayas. So hunters were sent to kill the tiger, but it was not possible. So next, the Nepalese army also sent for killing that, but they drove her across the border into India. So now the tigress was in India. There also she continued her killings in the Kumaon district. So all her kills happened during the daylight time, not in a night time. So several incidents after, people stopped going into the forest. They did not collect firewood, fruits and roots and other things. They afraid to go out and refused to leave their huts. So the British government requested Jim Corbett to help the villagers. So he agreed and hunt down the man-eater. The next paragraph, he camped in the Kumaon district and started tracking the tigress. He moved around the villages and restricted the activities of the man-eater. After several unsuccessful attempts, Corbett managed to kill the tiger when it killed a 16-year-old girl in the village near Champavat and left a trail of blood which Corbett followed. After a whole day of pursuit, Corbett had to abandon the hunt, decided to use villagers and to organize a bait the next day near the Chamba river. With the help of the Tahsildar of Champavat, the bait was organized with about 300 villagers. The next day, Corbett shot the tigress dead near the Chattar Bridge in Champavat. A cement board was erected, marking the place where the tigress was finally brought down. Now, Jim Corbett camped in the Kumaon district for hunting that tigress. So he took so many steps to capture the tigress, but everything was unsuccessful attempts. So Corbett planned to cooperate with the villages and media plan. He organized a bait the next day near the Chamba river. With the help of the Tahsildar of Champawat, the bait was organized with about 300 villages. Next day, Corbett shot the tigress dead near the Chattar Bridge in Champawat. A cement board was erected there and marking the place where the tigress was finally brought down. Next paragraph, a postmortem on the tigress showed the upper and lower canine teeth on the right side of her mouth were broken, the upper one in half, the lower one right down to the bone. This injury was a result of an old gunshot from a game hunter who failed to track and kill it. According to Corbett, probably this injury prevented her from hunting her natural prey and hence she started to hunt humans. So, in this paragraph, after the death of the tigress, the postmortem report showed that upper and lower canine teeth on the right side of its mouth were broken. So, it suffered a lot from that injury, so that it did not go for natural prey and started to hunt humans. The next paragraph, Jim Corbett was always against game hunting. He strongly advocated that deforestation and human encroachment were the main cause of the mischief of wild animals. He went on lecturing tours to educate the people about their natural heritage and the need to conserve forests and their wildlife. He promoted the Association for the Preservation of Game and the All India Conference for the Preservation of Wildlife. He played a key role in establishing India's first national park in the Kumaun Hills, the Hailey National Park in Uttarakhand, India. It was initially named after Lord Malcolm Hailey. Jim Corbett died on 19 April 1955. The park was renamed in 1957 as the Jim Corbett National Park. It was named after him in honor his role is establishing this protected area in 1930s. Here, Jim Corbett did not like game hunting. He strongly advised that deforestation and human encroachment were the main cause of the mischief of wild animals. And he promoted the Association for the Preservation of Game and the All India Conference for the Preservation of Wildlife. He played a very important role in India's first national park in the Kumaun Hills. He named it the Hailey National Park in Uttarakhand, India. But later, it named as Jim Corbett National Park. It was named after him to honor his role in establishing the protected area in 1930s. Okay, students, I hope you all have understood the supplementary reader, Jim Corbett, a hunter turned naturalist. From this lesson, we learned that we should not harm animals. If we disturbing the animals, it will give trouble to us. So, we should save our environment and wildlife. Okay, thank you.